And once you can recognize that, then you don't get mad at that person anymore. You send them love. You send them courage. You send them bravery. You send them perseverance, tenacity, persistence, because they are also working towards doing the right thing, even when they're doing the wrong thing. Even if they interpret that what the right thing is in your mind not the right thing. They're all on the same journey as you. They've just had a different experience. And when we can see that and recognize our oneness, then we can no longer allow some to be left behind. We can no longer allow racial differences. We can no longer allow poverty. We can no longer allow people to be uneducated. We can no longer allow people to live, lives that are less than dignified and wonderful. Hello, and welcome. My name is Lee Kara. This is Unleash Your Light. Yes, I've decided everything is Unleash Your Light. Once we recognize that because we are everyone, we are responsible for everyone. If each one of us takes the individual responsibility to believe that we are responsible for every single drop that is incarnated in a physical form right now, it starts to shift us within. It starts to shift the energy around us. It starts to make change happen in the world, and especially right now. A good time to start this. I gave you simple steps. Recognize that they are you. Recognize that logically, even if you can't embody it. Then put yourself in the observer position and imagine the story and the hurt they had to go through to act that way. Then you once again pull that into you. That's me that's going through that. That's me feeling that hurt. That's me feeling that pain. I totally get why they're doing that. Then you make your decision. Do I still, hang around? Do I go? And you leave with love. Even if you can't physically leave with love, you can mentally leave with love. And you continue to hold that energy for everyone. It changes your life. It changes the energy around you. It will change your world. Those are the practical things. When each of us is doing that, then we feel like we are actually able to make change, because you would never, ever let yourself starve on the street corner. You would never look at yourself and say, "You lazy bum, why don't you just get a job?" Unless you don't like yourself very much. Unless you have insecurities that somebody's going to take something that's yours. And let's just dispel this right now. This whole mine thing, there is enough of everything in our world for everyone. It might not be the exact specific thing. There might not be enough of this exact amazing case. But there are enough phone cases going around for every single person in the world to have a phone case. There is enough food in the world for every single person to have food. There is enough money in the world for every single person to live in the upper middle class. Literally. There is enough money in the world that if we started giving poverty-stricken areas actual attention and love and gave them the neighborhood that we want to live in, that there wouldn't be a need for crime. There wouldn't be a need for someone to steal from someone else, because they would have enough. It's simple. When we recognize that other people are literally us living a different life, then how can we allow others to live in less than conditions that we would want to live in? This is how we start the change, is by changing us, by changing you, by looking at yourself, by recognizing the oneness and not seeing it as the cliche thing that was cool and trendy to say in 2017. Because I watch our community go through these trendy waves of, first we're talking about oneness, then we're talking about the dark night of the soul, we're talking about clearing, and there's all these different facets, right? And that's all well and good. There's all sorts of different trends that go through, the whole community. It is what it is. That doesn't mean that some of the things that are already gone aren't actual things that we need to be doing. And I think oneness was a really important thing that we seem to have skipped over to point the finger at each other. Or to say my way is right and your way is wrong. Or this is the only way that you can connect with God, is to light this kind of thing and hold a crystal in your hand, spin 3 times. Like if we're breaking into camps like we're religions. And this is not a religion. This is more like the laws of physics. There should be the laws of physics and the laws of spiritual energy. And I'm sure somebody's already written them. And hopefully they're not too complicated. But the only important thing, as Jesus said, I give to you one last commandment. Love one another as I have loved you. Now again, I'm not the theology girl, so I may not have paraphrased that correctly. But it's literally the only, you can erase every single other commandment. If you just do that. Just do that. Love each other as you think God loves you. Or as you are, because you are God. You are expressing the light of God. You are an expression of God in all phases. It's all about embracing the life that we're in, embracing the unconditional love, seeing others with empathy, being willing to forgive, and see everyone through the eyes of unconditional love. That's what Unleash Your Light's all about. That's what I've been talking about for years. But I think the oneness needs to be brought back into trend, y'all. We can call it something else. If you can think of something better, put it in the comments. Hi, Marilyn. If you can think of something better, put it in the comments. And the whole point is to recognize, the whole point of this video is to recognize that all of those are still us experiencing faith in a different way. That the person who thinks that you have to hold a crystal and burn a stick before you can talk to the universe is also you. And they just believe that because of the life that they've been through. And that's fine. And you're having a great time experiencing that. But once you can see yourself as that person, now you can't see that as a wrong practice. Now you can't point the finger and say, well, your religion is wrong and mine is right. Once you see everybody as being you, the division is gone. The separation is gone. It's not them, it's me. It's not them being oppressed, it's me. Help, help, I'm being oppressed. Right? All right, y'all. I did it. Now, you can also go to unleashyourlight.org. At unleashyourlight.org, I have free spiritual books there that you can download. I'm creating a resource library. Some of it is books that I have written. Those have a very small charge, like $3 or $6. And then I have free ones as well. I have several free ones on there right now. I'm adding more all the time. And it's really interesting. I have one on shamanism. I have the Bhagavad Gita. I never know how to say it right. I have the Tao, the Book of the Tao. And they're all interpreted from people who researched it way, 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 way back. Like a century ago. Because these are public domain books. So it's really interesting to see their view and how they were saying the same things we're saying now back then. And probably saying, here we are at the turn of the century and the energy is right to shift the world. They didn't have the means to get the message to enough people, but we do. That's for sure. We do. All right, y'all, I'm going to jump out of here. Thank you so much. I adore you. Again, I'll be at Join the Fair tonight. It's Wednesday, the 16th of June. So if you're watching this in the future on the replay, gang, I love you, but you missed it. Sorry. Sign up for the newsletter on my website or follow me on my page and you can get the updates so that way you know what the heck is going on. I love you. I'm grateful to you. You are beloved. You matter and you are so very loved.